we started putting down the felt paper, asphalt paper, whatever you want to call it, up on the flooring here for the hallway. And we're just doing a little section at a time here. As we get closer to the wall, we'll put some more down so it doesn't get so much dust on it. But again, I've enlisted the help of my nephew who's in bare feet and is helping me staple these in. So we'll wipe those down with a broom just to make sure there's no dust particles underneath. But again, as I've stated before in many videos, the felt paper is used more for dampening the creaking of the wood more than anything else. It's not really a vapor barrier because you're going to be punching holes through it with the cleats that are going in, so it defeats the purpose of it being a vapor barrier. So the idea here is to dampen the noise that you get from the creeping of the hardwood floors. We are going to continue. I've got my little staging area over there. We're going to open that box up for the first one up here and then start laying some hardwood floors down. And we got to get these in first, so we're going to lay some blank pieces down first and get these nailed in, and then we'll continue on over here and then eventually finish off the hallway. So we'll give you an update soon of where we stand. Until then. We have started putting in the hardwood floors in the hallway up on the 3rd floor, and it is coming along quite well. You can see the front piece of the tread there matches real close to what we have in the hallway here, and it's looking fantastic. We're going to get to the door here, but I've got to make a slight adjustment. When I initially dry fitted all these pieces in, I had one of these pieces up against this piece going into the bedroom here, and everything lined up perfectly. Now, after I put that piece back in, the tread, and then dry fitted them again, we have a situation where this piece is off about, I'd say, 1/8 of an inch, which is going to be a problem because you won't be able to line up the tongue and groove for the rest of the row. So what I need to do on just these 2 pieces only, which is actually works out pretty good, is cut about 1/8 of an inch off the edge here, and then I need to use the table saw. When I cut that off, I need to use the table saw again and reroute the inside channel here, the groove part, so it matches up fine when I put this on here. So you won't even notice that 1/8 of an inch. It's probably even less than 1/8 of an inch, but you won't even notice that on the seam here. And once that lines up, all of the other pieces will line up just fine. And you'll notice over here also, I did not start against the wall over here. The reason for that is we wanted to make sure this was the runner piece to start off with and make that the starting point for all of the hallway and into the bonus room. So what I'm going to do here is that trick I did over on that board going into the bedroom. I'm going to make a tongue piece that goes inside the groove. We'll glue that in, and then when I start going this way with the hardwood floors, they'll fit right nicely into there, and then I can nail them in. And then what I'm probably going to do on this, because we're not going to do this room until later, is we're going to step these back with a pattern. So when I do start to finish this piece off, we can just go straight into the room and we'll go from there. But you will notice that when I get to that point, and I will describe exactly what I'm showing off there. So that's where we stand. It's looking great, and we're going to continue on. We'll see you at the next one. We've made considerable progress on the flooring up here, and got about 6 rows in off of the main tread. So it was a good evening tonight. And we've come up to this point here, which is a stopping point, because I have to put down some more felt paper to go down the hallway, and then the next piece is going to be ripped, and then part of it's going to go to the end here, and then around the corner it'll be one piece all the way down. And then I got to fit the rest of these in using my table saw and ripping a bunch of these so they line up evenly. but all of the pieces are going in pretty well. I even did my little perpendicular piece against the threshold of the tile, and that worked out really well. The only thing I needed to do though, and I didn't show you this, but I had to get my planer out and plane down about 1/16 of an inch off of the bottom of this, because this lip here was actually sticking above this little beveled edge here. So I had to plane that down, and fortunately I was able to jam the groove underneath this. So it's a very, very tight fit along the edge here, but it came out looking great. There's no gaps or anything in here, so that worked out really well. And then I had to do my trick where I had to make a groove on this edge so it would fit under this tongue. But all in all, it worked out fantastic. It's gonna look great, especially when we remodel this bathroom in here also. We'll get some, probably some matching tile to look like that. Maybe some hardwood looking tile, but that's another project. Anywho, we are going to wrap it up for the night. As you can see, it's getting dark out again. And I think we're going to call this part 1 of X. Don't know how many parts we're gonna do here, but we're gonna close this one out as part 1, as I said, and then we'll do a new one for part 2. So until then, peace out.